Welcome to the Ultimate Pokemon Champions Beginner's Guide. In this video I'm going to cover everything you need to start playing, understand what's going on, and dominate the ranked ladder. Let's go. The best place to start, of course, is at the tutorial section. There's about 5 or 6 tutorials that you can complete, the most important ones being the single and double battle introductions because they give the best rewards. The other ones also give pretty good rewards and they only take about 10 minutes to complete them all. Victory points, or VP for short, is the currency that you're going to be using for everything in Pokemon Champions. With it you can recruit Pokemon, train your Pokemon, buy held items and Mega Stones in the store, and buy a bunch of other things from the store. VP is used for literally everything. The fastest and easiest way to get VP is to win ranked battles. If you lose you still get some, just not as much. And if you win you always get at least 300 VP. You also get 500 VP every day after logging into the game, recruiting a Pokemon, and playing a ranked battle. It might not be that much VP, but it slowly adds up. My advice for you is to save up as much VP as possible, and only spend it when you know there's something that you really want. The way you obtain Pokemon in this game is a little bit unique and it's not like any other Pokemon game, but don't worry. It's really simple when you understand what's going on. Every 22 hours, you're able to meet a random selection of 10 Pokemon, which you can either do a trial recruitment for 7 days for, or you can permanently buy the Pokemon for 2500 VP. You can only select one of these 10 Pokemon before they all go away. So make sure you pick the Pokemon you want the most. If you don't want any of the 10 Pokemon, you can just pick any of the 10 Pokemon and select that you want it as a trial Pokemon. This way, the 10 Pokemon go away, and you can re-roll for better Pokemon using quick coupons. It uses up 1 coupon per hour you have left. The Pokemon that appear will be different and you'll be able to do the exact same thing. Buy one if you want to permanently recruit it, use a trial recruitment if you don't want anything. And if you don't know what to buy, this next section is for you. Here I'm gonna go over 5 Pokemon you need to recruit if you want to do well in Champions. These are the kind of Pokemon you can just throw onto a team and they'll do well. Number 1 is Incineroar. Of course it is. This Pokemon is just insane. It gets access to any support move you could ask for. Parting Shot, Fake Out, Helping Hand, Taunt, not Knockoff anymore, it doesn't get Knockoff anymore. This Pokemon is going to be the most used Pokemon in every single format. There is no denying that. He is the GOAT. What can I say? If you see this guy on your ranch, recruit him instantly. Get him. Right now. Go get him. Number 2 is Garchomp. This isn't a Pokemon I've talked about on the channel before, but it's incredibly strong. It gets access to moves like Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Rock Slide, and Stomping Tantrum. I'm seeing a lot of people use the Choice Scarf on this Pokemon, and it seems to be incredibly strong, being able to outspeed and one-shot Charizard with Rock Slide. It came second in a big online tournament a few days ago, and it's a Pokemon that can be played on almost any team. Number 3 is Sneasler. Even with its signature move Dire Claw getting nerfed, Sneasler is still such a meta-defining Pokemon. It also threatens huge fighting damage with close combat, and it's pretty good attack stat. On top of this, Dire Claw being able to poison, paralyze, or put a Pokemon to sleep, this move is still broken. I don't care that it got nerfed. That's a good thing, it should have been nerfed. It should have never been 50% before. It still feels broken though, it still feels really strong. Number 4 is Whimsicott. Having access to the ability Prankster is great, meaning you can fire off Tailwinds before your opponents can attack. Whimsicott also gets other support moves like Encore, Taunt, and Charm. You can even put Trick Room on it if you're crazy like that, but I wouldn't recommend it. And last but not least, we have number 5, Basculegion. The amount of damage that this Pokemon can do is absurd. Let's take the move Last Respect for example. For every Pokemon on your team that faints, this move's power increases by 50. If 2 of your Pokemon are knocked out, the base power of this move is already 150. Top this off with the ability Swift Swim, and you can see why Basculegion is a staple of weather teams, and teams that just need some extra firepower. To train our Pokemon, we're going to go over to the training section, and once we're there, we're going to select the Pokemon we want to train. Here we can play around with their stats, change their nature, change their ability, and look through the catalog of moves they have. If it's a more common Pokemon, just copy what everyone else is using as a starting point. For example, my Charizard here has Solar Beam, Heat Wave, Overheat, and Protect. It's a very standard moveset, but it's very effective in what it does, and that's why it's standard. If we break down the VP cost for everything, EV training is 5 VP per stat point, so a total of 330 there. Changing the nature is 500, changing the ability is also 500, and changing moves is 250 each, so let's say 1000. To train each Pokemon from 0 is going to cost you 2330 VP. On top of the cost of recruiting the Pokemon, that's 4830. That's a lot of VP, but fortunately we can get training tickets to do all of this training for free. My advice here is to use these on more expensive Pokemon, since you're going to get more bang for your buck, you're going to get a better value deal. If you don't want to team build for yourself, but you want a good team, replica teams are the way to go. I'm going to give you a quick live example of how to get them. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go to replica teams. We are then going to go to build teams using team IDs. And what we're going to do is we can say, hey, we want to edit team number 3, for example. We're going to select the team. It will get overwritten. And we're going to type in the code. So I'm going to type in the code real quick. And then once the code is typed, we just enter it. You can see that you want to replicate this team. I will say yes. And then this menu will pop up. You can see that I only have 3 of the 6 Pokemon that are needed for this team. You can see the differences between my Incineroar and their Incineroar when it comes to EV spread. The moves are the same, the abilities are the same. This one's not too expensive. There's a nature change as well. You can see with Primarina it's also different. If I wanted to spend the 3000 VP to train this team, you will see it will only train these 3 Pokemon because I don't own the other Pokemon right now. You can see that because they're blacked out. You can also see that Primarina and Drampa don't have any held items. So make sure you have all the Pokemon and the held items for the replica team that you want to build. And then you can just come in here and it will be seamless. Each Pokemon can also hold an item that will do a specific thing for it. For example, with the Focus Sash, if your Pokemon is full HP and the move was going to knock you out, you will survive on 1 HP. There are also Mega Stones which allow a specific Pokemon to Mega Evolve, but I will say the items that we have right now are very limited. No Assault Vest, no Life Orb, no Choice Specs, but I can imagine they're going to add more held items in the future. We have 4 categories of missions: daily, weekly, the starter ones, and membership missions. Dailies and weeklies are what you'd expect. Simple missions that are intended to be completed every day or every week. They're really not difficult as long as you play the game a little bit. The starter ones are just here to help us get started in the game, and the membership missions are locked behind a paid subscription, but give tickets to make recruiting and training Pokemon more easy. There are 3 things you can buy: a starter pack, a battle pass, and a monthly subscription. The starter pack is the best value of the bunch, giving you 50 extra box space, 30 recruitment tickets, and 50 training tickets. It's a one-time purchase and it gives newer players a big head start. The battle pass changes every month or so with the seasons, we'll talk about seasons in a minute, and can give you some exclusive cosmetics and training tickets, as well as giving you some Pokemon and Mega Stones for free. Then there's the monthly subscription. With this you get access to 1000 more box space, I think 15 extra battle teams, the mission tab we talked about earlier, and some more battle music. Here's the prices for everything in British pounds and US dollars. You can make the judgment on if this is worth it for you. Something that you can do for free is subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 1000 subscribers before Pokemon Champions Mobile drops, and your support is really appreciated. About every month or so we have a new ranked season. This season goes from April 8th until May 12th. Every few seasons we will also have a change in regulation. Regulations are a rule set which restrict which Pokemon we can and cannot use. So our current regulation, Regulation MA, does not allow us to use Ursaluna, for example, but in Scarlet and Violet Regulation H, we were able to use it. Usually new formats allow us to use more Pokemon, and the Pokemon that are the strongest will change. The shop is where you're going to spend your VP. You can see all the categories here, ranging from held items and Mega Stones, to clothing and victory poses. Held items are pretty affordable, Mega Stones are a bit more expensive. The battle music is so expensive. I don't know why this is the most expensive thing in the store. At the start, I'd recommend focusing on held items and Mega Stones so that you can have a strong team before buying cosmetics, clothing, and battle music. But it's all up to personal preference. To finish off today, I want to show you how to transfer Pokemon from home into Champions. First, you want to select this little Champions icon in home, confirm that it's you, and then you'll appear at your box. Select which Pokemon you want to transfer, press Y, and agree that you want to transfer them. That's all you need to do in home. Then go to Champions, go to the Recruit section and select Collect from Pokemon Home. You can then just collect them and they will be found in your Pokemon box. That's all I've got for you today. I've been loving playing this game over the past few days and I hope you have too. I'm really looking forward to playing official tournaments on Champions in the coming months as well. If you want to see my first ever tournament and how I got absolutely humbled, click on the video on screen, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.